What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another tune from the Death Note score / soundtrack. Indeed, there's two soundtrack CDs. I'm working from the first one. I do think somewhere in a box I have the second one, but the only one I have ripped to my music computer is the first one. So we'll keep going through that for the time being. And again, it is good timing as I've been going through the anime on my Patreon. And all the videos are public, so for anyone who didn't know, you can go check it out. Shout out to Michaela for going through it with me. This is volume 1. I think it has like the first 20 or something episodes, and this is volume 2, which has the remaining ones. And yeah, it's a classic story. I love that the handful of different versions I'm familiar with take different choices and end in different places, which is to say this is very similar to the manga. The original run of live-action movies, which came out shortly after the anime, they make some notably different choices, including at the end. And the 2015 live-action J-drama I have, it makes some notably different choices too. So I'm looking forward to going through that latter one in a watch-along in the not-too-distant future. But for the time being, as trains rain down upon me, we will listen to another track from the Death Note soundtrack, the first disc. And that is one of the actual songs, which is used in the opening credits for the first, I think, 2/3 of the show. As I keep mentioning in the watch-alongs over on Patreon, eventually they shift and change both the opening and closing credit tune. But for the first, again, 19 or so episodes, it's the tune The World by Nightmare, a Japanese like metal hard rock group. I think they're part of like visual-kei is I think the phrase, which is a type of musical performance that always involves like crazy costumes and so on. So yeah, I love this tune. I think it has a really cool, energetic sound. There's a couple notable moments in the tune, perhaps most notably of all, as Luca allows herself to be heard, although she does not want to be picked up at this moment. But yeah, there's a sort of dead pause moment that really hits in the opening credit sequence of the show. So let's hear it. This is a track called The World by Nightmare, a Japanese harder rock / metal band, and this is from 2006, or I think maybe 2007. Let me check. I do believe there's some metadata here. Yeah, in December of 06, so just about on the cusp of the 2 years.
広がる闇の中かもしれない革命の地誰にも邪魔させるわけにはいかないから果実が告げた未来夢誰にも邪魔させるわけにはいかないいつか僕が見せてあげる光り輝く世界を
It's funny because I didn't know if it would go on there, and maybe there's a like full album version of that tune somewhere, but that's what you hear in the opening credit sequence. It cuts right there, and then you often get one of the dramatic, string led pieces or choral pieces that tell you what happened last episode, and away you go for another one. So yeah, once again, shout out to Michaela for watching the show with me, and ultimately, even though I'm aware of some of the longer arc places that the show gets to, I don't remember a lot of the journey along the way, as has already been proved with the first 14 episodes. So let me know what you think of this tune. More Death Note coming on Patreon, more Luca being silly and ridiculous. Are you trying to attack them now? What is the plan? Well, she figures out what to do. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.